Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Curve Play Spooktacular. Last time well, this is part 5 of Crash Team Rumble. It's our Halloween themed, and yeah. So last time we played as Engine. I figured we'll play as Brio because he's kind of like a Dr. Frankenstein-esque type, and I got his little skeleton outfit for him. Figured I found this neat little hat for him too. And his beakers kind of match in a way, so I figure we start. Hey, Peppa Pig. I figured this is the Halloween show because tomorrow will be Halloween, and this will go out on Twitter and all that. So we'll do that. And I had this little thing going, but let me at least put the real music on. I always do a little Halloween intro there. Okay. Anyway, yeah, let me get to the live chat too. I forgot to do that. How's it going, Peppa Pig? This is episode 1. Nope, not that one. Okay. I like Ripto. From what I've seen, I mean, I this weekend I took complete advantage of the double XP weekend, and I maxed him out already. So I pretty much got used to him. I feel like with every new character, you need to get used to them, because I hate every single character I try at first, and then I get used to the their move sets and how they play and their play style and everything. But yeah, I enjoy Ripto. I think he takes a lot more skill, especially if you're trying to be accurate with the lightning bolts and all that. But it's not something that you can't figure out. You can go for cheap shots with the lightning bolt that are really easy without really having to aim, and but then you can go for really cool shots also, which are much more skilled and all that. Now this, I have to figure out how... I haven't played as Embryo in a long time, so let's see how we do. I noticed that I still have to do a little scoring, because I've maxed out Brio too, but there's some scoring challenges with him that I have not completed. Might as well just go full... Let's defend our base here a bit. Yeah, I mean, with Brio, I'm not really much of a fan with him. He's not, like, I mean, I haven't really played as him in a while, but I'm actually kind of... I'm a little bit easier on him than other people. I know he's kind of not really a fan favorite in terms of how he plays. But I think he's a little underrated. Like, he's not the best player, the best character, but I think there's a little underratedness with him. I like how they've dressed up these, Oh. Damn it. There we go. Bank Behemoth. There we go. I like how they dressed up these maps with, like, make it more Halloween. We're collecting pumpkins now. There's leaves on the ground. A lot of Halloween decor. It's very festive. I like it. I hope they do more things with, like, the seasonal stuff, maybe for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Might as well score while they're all being all ooka. Okay, good. As long as I can get that in, that's good. As long as I can bank my relics before they kill me, I'm fine. Enemy team boosted. I should probably block more, but we'll see. Part of me wants to try to get those scoring. Enemy team boosted. I should use my this more too. This is very helpful for boosting, collecting gems.
Your team boost expired.
Is those Slimer guy, you know, things. Just bomb them to death. There we go. Have you got back to Spider-Man? Now, the unfortunate thing with this double XP weekend is that Crash Team Rumble did take a lot of my time. I ended up maxing out not just Ripto, but also Entropy. And now all I have left to do is Cat Bat, which I'm not gung-ho to really... like, I'll max them out, but I'm not in any rush, so now that XP weekend's double XP weekend's over, I'll just play with him casually. But, it did take a lot of my Spider-Man 2 time away, which, wasn't too pleased about. But I did play more. I played today. I guess one of the other fortunate things in terms of me having time is that my car, I needed, like, to, like, replace, like, the brake, caliber and the hose and get new rotors and stuff, so that cost a pretty penny. But basically, like, I took off a day off of work because of that, which I had, you know, I had time to take off. And that allowed me to just stay home and wait for my car to be repaired and play some Spider-Man. So I really didn't advance too much, but in the story right now, I have the symbiote suit. Oh, nice, Uka. I have the suit, and what was the last mission I did? I did the thing with, well, obviously I did the thing with MJ. MJ's one of her first missions or whatever, as far as I'm concerned. And then you get the symbiote suit. Like, I honestly, like, I don't want to go into, I don't want to go into spoilers for people who haven't played, but I was very moved by what happens at the end of that chapter. I was very surprised the direction it took. But what happened after that though? I'm trying to think. I did like the Miles side mission with trying to get the instrument, that saxophone back, and I've been doing a lot of side missions and doing a lot of, like, what is it? Well, I got all the Mysterium stuff done. I think I still have to do, like, 2 golds to get 2 or 3 golds on, you know, for that trophy, but it shouldn't be something that it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So there's that. But yeah, I have to drive to work. But now the car is good, so even though I had to spend a lot of money on that, but oh, thanks. Yeah, it was a good win. Did I get score? I forget. Yeah, we basically got maxed out Brio. Ooh, ah. Oh yeah, so I just have to get the score thing. Okay. But yeah, Spider-Man 2 is really good. I'm just trying to, like, I'm blanking on the last chapter I did, because I did another story mission. Oh, I went to, like, the compound where Kraven has his, like, you know, where I basically had to go kind of undercover a bit, and then basically Kraven and me kind of tangle for a bit, and, well, or in a cutscene at least, and he realizes that I have a weakness, and it seems like I'm his #1 target right now in terms of his hunting. It's interesting how they're going into like there's kind of a religious. I don't really know much about like the Spider-Man villains in terms of like at least with Craven, I never really knew much about him. But I like how there's kind of like almost like a religious or philosophical angle to it, where he prays and it's very important for him, and like and he believes that him hunting like the best of the best only makes the world better, almost like a Darwin Darwin's theory type of thing, where it's like nature will only become more fierce or more evolved, I guess, if they weed out the weak or whatever, or weed out the or something. I don't know. But basically, he has a very twisted viewpoint
Enemy team boosted.
on why he does what he does, which is pretty interesting.
Enemy team boosted.
Oh my god. Why? Sometimes this thing, it'll go max out like that and it'll, like, linger. Like, I should have scored by now, but okay. This guy apparently is going through the same thing. I don't know if that's a glitch or if that's part of the game. That it rarely happens. Sometimes it... I don't know. It's weird. Feels like a glitch.
Big bonsai available.
Oh my god. Yeah, we're in some weird glitch right now where I have to linger on this thing.
Enemy team boost expired.
Alright.
Healing fridge ready.
That's gotta hurt. Anything to get some blocking points in is fine. Oh, can I just say rest in peace, Matthew Perry? Yeah, that was very sad. I was never really a big Friends guy, but I always liked him. He was good.
Enemy team boosted.
He had a really like memorable guest role on Scrubs back in the day. He's done voice work for The Simpsons during the Treehouse of Horror episode, where Pierce Brosnan is kind of like is basically like the Hal from 2001 in the house or whatever, but like Matthew Perry does a voice too in that. And there's also, of course, Matthew Perry playing Crash Team Racing back in Friends. Yeah, like for me, like sitcoms back in the 90s, obviously animated sitcoms like, Simpsons, King of the Hill were big, but like in terms of live action multicam sitcoms that I really loved, it was Seinfeld. I kind of discovered Frasier a little later, but I think that's one of the great 90s sitcoms. Everybody Loves Raymond is a great sitcom for me back then. Like, but Friends, I don't know. Friends just represented a little bit of a Hollywood's idea of New York, whereas Seinfeld felt more real and more, had that New York edginess. But Friends was a really good sitcom for its time. Like, for the people for the audience it was for, it was it is one of like definitely one of the most influential sitcoms for that point in time, because there were so many shows that try to replicate that formula, that cast, like that magic that they had. So, but yes, it's a shame. I know he's had problems with like um I, he's had his own problems before in the past with like like drugs and stuff. So I don't know maybe if that had anything to do with this, but Um, more or less, he was always a great guy. So great actor, very had a great comedic sensibility. Even if I wasn't really a big Friends fan, I always recognized that he, as a comedic actor, was on point, and he was always hitting his mark, and always was a pleasure to see him on any other TV show or anything for me.
Enemy team puts Wumpa on the board.
Damn it.
Your team boosted.
Guess I'll just score this little bit. Hopefully we'll get to do the new Jazz Junction map too. I haven't showcased that yet. Just like Waist Deep, when they, or any new map, they'll let us play it 2 times in a row. Since it's new and they kind of want to get players to experience it more.
Healing fridge ready. Your team boost expired.
We'll let those slime guys take the boost. Give the boosters a run for their money. A little bit of... Always fun to annoy the boosters a bit, even if it's not exactly your role to be boosting. Oh my god. Score it. There we go.
Your team boosted.
Looks like there's a lot more turmoil news with Sony. Like there's layoffs at Sony, at Bungie going on. There's a lot more news just coming out about how a lot of studios are upset with the games as service push, and there's rumors that they're trying to reverse it or trying to pivot away from it, from that idea that Jim Ryan was trying to implement. But as a consumer, in this point in time, it was a good year for games. If there was any year for Sony to have a bad, kind of a weird internal struggle, at least this year has kind of made up for it with great third-party games, and Spider-Man 2 is carrying itself. So hopefully they can figure it out by 2024 and what's going on with everything. Oh god. Oh man, I forgot if Brio has like a get back on the platform type of move, but I don't think he really does. He's kind of sluggish. Sega and Bandai Namco are apparently working on games for Sony. That's interesting. Now Bandai Namco, they were the ones who did Elden Ring, am I right? Or at least published it. I always forget what Bandai Namco's role is, because I'm forgetting the company that does like Dark Souls and all those type of games. It's I don't know why I'm blanking on it. What is it, like Squaresoft or something, or something?
Dragons available.
From Software, that's what it was. Yeah, I was just blanking on the name. Yeah, that's the dev. I guess Bandai, because I remember seeing Bandai Namco on the cover of Elden Ring, so I guess they're the publisher. Whatever. Sometimes I like to waste the person's time if they're gonna chase me around. Looks like we might win this, but it's close. Let's try to see if we can score a bit.
It's neck and neck.
Nice.
Your team boosted. Either team could take this one.
Let's just score it. So I've been playing Metal Gear Solid and I absolutely suck at it. Which one are you playing? Are you playing like the first one from the collection? Because the first game took me a while to, you know, I mean, it wasn't too much of it. There is trial and error to it, but it just took a couple of tries to see how the game is supposed to be played rather than how I thought the game was supposed to play. Because I know it's stealth and everything, but you're also there's also a lot of kind of like puzzles that makes the stealth just more than just you know, your basic like, you know, get them while they're not looking type of thing, or you know, whatever. Yeah, the first one I was able to beat, I played it on the normal difficulty. I do plan to get that at some point. That collection. It looks like it's gotten generally good reviews. My friend raves about it at work, and yeah, it'll just be nice to have that collection, just to start. But I don't know. I'm still kind of debating whether I want to get the PS3 version, but I think as part of it is like, because I think there may be trophies for that version too. But I guess the part of it really comes down to is like, do I want to play on a PS3 controller or a PS5 controller? I'd rather play on a PS5 controller. Something about the PS3 controllers now, just they feel like toys to me. Like they feel like they're gonna fall apart in my hands, or maybe it's just the ones I have. But oh god, we got Hubert on our team. That's not good. Oh, Jazz Junction. Jazz Junction. This is the new map, which is kind of like the Mardi Gras offbeat type of map from Crash 4. Try to charge up Dingodale's super tail whip while above your enemies and release it while falling onto them. They'll love the surprise. I think that's a new one. Woo! There's some Halloween sounds that they throw into the loading screen that I like. I'm wondering if this map is going to be permanently a Halloween map, because this is how it was introduced to us, or once the Halloween season ends, they're going to like make it just... They're going to strip all the Halloween decorations off or something and make it something else. Like, I'm kind of confused. You can use a PS5 controller on PS3. I'm not sure if it's compatible with that game. Yeah, but you're not sure. Okay, yeah, it's true. I might just get the PS5 one. That seems to be... There seems to be like nothing wrong with that version, I guess. I don't know. It really, like, to me, it's like a lateral move either way. Like, they're supposed to be both good. And technically, I would be getting more with the PS3 one because you're getting the Metal Gear games from like the 80s and all that. And I think it's like the fourth game also.
Enemy team boosted.
Oh! I took a... Brio took a dip just now. I would have won that boosting match off if it wasn't for that. I gotta focus on scoring though, because I need more scoring. I might as well complete my scoring, even though I don't need to max out. I'm already maxed out, just for the challenge sake. feel like they changed the music for every map here, and they made it fit with something that's a little bit more Halloween-like, but still a Crash song.
Enemy team boost expired.
So a little bit more of the cryptic temple music and all that. So I'm wondering if what I could see this map having the offbeat soundtrack to it on a regular non-Halloween season, at a season, I guess. Damn it. Now this, you just gotta beat up these guys and you at least free up your... I'll leave these guys to their battle here.
Enemy team boosted.
Ah, come on. Just one more little hit and it would have been gone. Now, what I really, really was hoping with Ripto, and I'm glad that they did this, here's a little event item, collecting candy. This is all good to document before the Halloween event ends, because we're probably never going to see something like this ever again. I have a feeling this is going to... Crash Team Rumble might end in a year or so, similar to how CTR Grand Prix ended after a year. I'm not sure, though. Maybe I'm wrong with that. But anyway, what I was talking about was Ripto. What I'm glad that they did was... And I was wondering, I was like... Because they do own it, is that I'm glad that they used the music for his boss fight in Spyro 2, and we have that as a collectible now. So it makes me, it kind of reassures us that when Spyro gets introduced, and then maybe Hunter or any other Spyro character, we're probably gonna get more Spyro soundtracks for this game, which is a welcome addition, I'd say. Because that's been the main draw for me, it's just collecting the music. I now have all the original Crash music, or original, you know, from the first 4 games plus CTR and whatnot. Oh, damn it. As long as I got my score badge, that's all I care about. But, because, yeah, with Catbat, now that he's the last guy, I really don't care about his music, because it's kind of like it's just kind of like a stock music. But yeah, I did get score, cool. Now, I actually did want to play as Ripto for this stream today, but since it's Halloween, I was like, I gotta go with Brio. I figure maybe I'll save Ripto for when Spyro becomes more prevalent or relevant down the road, you know, later this year. But yeah. So I think I'm like a little less than 50% done with Spider-Man 2, but it really like, you know, it really is just a collectathon. It's not difficult. I just haven't had time to really get into it over this weekend, but I did play it. I was playing it today. But it looks like it's going to be one of those easy platinums. And I saw that you got your platinum, so congrats. Yeah, the game's a breeze, and you know, I'm not in any rush to really beat it yet. I want to kind of... It's like a PlayStation Studio game is like a fine wine. I wanna sip on it for a bit, you know? Miles Morales took the same to beat... so do you think Spider-Man, the first game, was a longer game? Because I remember that being pretty much a breeze too. I don't remember like banging my head against the wall with that game. the same way with Miles Morales. I know Miles Morales was a smaller game. Oh man, I just fell. I'm so used to Spider-Man's versatility and, traversal that Brio is just like the nightmare version of Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man, he would slow Spider-Man down. I'm so used to just like dropping off buildings and stuff and not having to worry. Haha, I scored.
Your team boost expired. Enemy team boost expired.
But yeah, like I'm usually like any open world game, it takes me about a good month, and I don't really rush through it.
TNT drones available.
I just got kind of go at my own pace and just enjoy it for. Not to say that you know anyone else didn't enjoy it if they went faster than me, but or that that they didn't go at their own pace. But that's just typically how I play. I'll play a little bit and then put it down and come back to it. There's really no other games for me this year other than the Master Collection for Metal Gear Solid, so I'm not in... I think like Helldivers 2 is something I might look into. It looks like it might be a fun cross-play PlayStation PC only game. But that's like in February. Other than that, I don't really know what's on the docket for 2024, but for now, I'll just enjoy Spider-Man while it lasts. They also teased DLC, but I won't say. Okay. Yeah, because when I got the Ultimate Edition that was bundled with my PS5, with Miles Morales with the Spider-Man remaster and had all the DLC, they had a fair share of DLC, and honestly, like even though I already platinumed the game and the DLC was like separate, I was like all for it. Because it was fun. I feel like even if I didn't do the DLC, I feel like the DLC is very important in Spider-Man, just like any other Sony game, is because. There's a lot of story stuff that happens there that kind of carries over into that second game, like the stuff with Yuri and how she's like a superhero now. I forget what kind of superhero she is again, what her name is. I'm kind of blanking on that, but that whole DLC in the first game really kind of sets that up. So.
Enemy TNT drones.
Enemy. Can't have that. Let's get this turret to blast the TNT for us, maybe. I don't know if it goes after it, but let's see. Her name is Ray. So that's right. Okay. Yeah, I kept blanking on her name. She's cool though. I like how she'll like join the fight sometimes. Similar to how Miles or Peter will join the fight depending on who you're playing as. Trying to, oh, whatever. I was trying to throw my slime guys on it, but it wasn't working. Haha. All right, I'm gonna block for the rest of the game because it feels like nobody else is. It feels like it's close. So. While I'm at it, let me get this. Who wants some of this? Nice. That was clutch.
Wow, what a game!
Close game. Oh, they had to. Well, we had one. We had one AI bot. They had two. Have you played any of the party mode yet? Or like the balloon bounce, the new balloon bounce thing that I was talking about last time? Or have you played any Crash Team Rumble? Because I know you've been busy with other games, so I'm just glad that I got all the characters maxed out except for Catbat for now. Catbat's like at level 9 or something right now. What is he? It says right here. Yeah, level 9. So I'm just glad that I guess for the rest of the battle pass, I'll be all set for whatever new characters. I'm kind of just like caught up and don't have to. I don't know why I feel so obligated to max them out, even though it really doesn't matter. You know, it's like there's a completionist part of me, but in it for me, but like I know that it being an online only game, it really doesn't matter that much. For some reasons, when like single player games, like progression in single player games compared to online games, online only games seem to have more weight to me compared to online only games. But yet, I guess, this is a fun game regardless. It's still a fun game. So if I'm gonna feel some urge to max people out, then I might as well just be aware of it, be aware that it doesn't take over my life, but at least enjoy it while if I have that urge to play, then just and with that goal in mind, then at least enjoy it. Let's get these guys. Oh. Oh man. Go for it. Oh wow, that was crazy. See, it's moments like that where Brio feels cool. Where you can just plow like multiple enemies like that. I mean, you can get the same effect for Dingo Dial, but I don't know, there's something about Brio that works. Like, he works really good as a booster and a blocker. And he's kind of fast, too.
Enemy team boost expired. Your team extends a big lead.
Alright, let's score. Keep that score train going. I had a few plays with party mode. Sorry, I'm reading your chat from my phone. I got to Wumpa Bat boss. Okay. Oh, yeah, the Wumpa Bat boss on the Bog Down map. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that one can be pretty difficult. That one can actually be probably the most annoying, I'd say. Because you're basically like, you have to avoid the, what is it, the dynamite? Or like you have to carry the dynamite, but it's like you only get a short window to throw it, or else it's gonna explode. Plus you have these like cat bat things or whatever things tracking you down, so it gets a little annoying. But if you have a good team, then you're good. Oh man, that's one of the things about Brio I don't like, is that sometimes you'll bounce on his, or even if you're not playing as him, you'll bounce on his stuff when you're trying to score.
Enemy team boosted.
Boom! Oh man. Damn it. Bound to happen. Okay, so I'm going to take a shower. I don't know if I'll be back for the stream. Okay. Enjoy. Yeah, I'll be on for like another 20 or so minutes.
Healing fridge ready. It's getting too close to call. Enemy team takes lead. Enemy team boost expired.
Ah, man. Well, I did my part, apparently. Alright. I did get score. That's all that matters to me right now. Bogged down. I did notice that we played Jazz Junction, and they didn't double it up. They didn't double it up in the playlist. So maybe it's back to... Maybe they're just scaling it back now, and every map gets one rotation, one play in the rotation, I guess. It's good to get these maps in during this Halloween season, because it's just cool to see how they've kind of dressed it up a bit. I say we're about like a little over a month away from the Game Awards at this point. I guess we could say, because 31st is tomorrow, Halloween is tomorrow, or today if you're watching it while I post it. But then basically it's like till December 8th, and then we're watching the Game Awards, and I'm hoping we're gonna get something with Spyro. Obviously, I keep, I know I sound like a broken record, but that's really something I'm really like. I'm very curious if I'm correct with how they're marketing the whole Spyro thing in Rumble versus how he's kind of due for an announcement, and how they've been teasing, the idea of a new game for a while now. Phyllis here, giving us some grief. No, no, no. Nice. Nice. Double kill. Let's score their relics.
Your team boost expired.
Where are you going? He's fast. Like, he's fast when he gets in that mode. Yeah. Battle of the Brios. Bank Behemoth. I love that. Collect enough to score. Oh, they wanted to block. Let's score, let's score. Alright. Yeah, after this, I'm going to be getting right back into Spider-Man 2, trying to play a little bit more of the chapters. I think at the moment I'm doing what are they called? Like the Hinds or something? Like those battle arenas where you kind of have to like get enough and then you can get to like the base. They just opened up a bunch on the map for that, so I'm going to work on that. and then hopefully get to a story chapter. Because I just that's the thing too, is one of the reasons I like to play through the game at launch is because I want to avoid as much spoilers as I can, and people are very flagrant on the internet when a new game comes out to just say or post things or share screenshots or whatever. And for the most part, I've avoided all that. And even things that I came across that were like mild spoilers, where I'm like, oh, I kind of just forgot about it. That's the thing, is that I'll always avoid there's been shows that I was like, maybe someday I'll watch this show, um, but then I'll learn a spoiler, and I'm like, oh man, I wish I didn't know that. But then like a month or so goes by, and I'm like, and I try to think, I try to be like, oh yeah, that's that show, and like, oh, wasn't I spoiled on something? And then I completely forget. So it's like, if you don't have context really to what the show is, or what the source material is that you're potentially being spoiled on, if you give it some time, your brain really doesn't process it anymore. Like, it's kind of just like useless information. So unless it's like some very iconic spoiler, like a death or something, and sometimes even those can just escape my mind, then you really have nothing too much to worry about when it's a mild spoiler. Like that's what I've been, in my experience, what I've realized. Let's get a little smog action going. Just need a little scoring stuff going here, but there's no boxes. See, this is kind of like a Halloween-esque soundtrack, even though it's the great... What is it? It's like that bridge level from Crash 1, but it kind of has this spookiness out of context, which is kind of strange. Kind of a macabre feel to it. This dingo doll wants nothing to do with me. Wasn't a big scoring bank, but just so he thinks that I just wanted him to think that I scored a lot there. But I think he can see what I scored. He can see my number, but whatever.
Your team boosted.
He still was too slow. Let's get rid of this plant. I'm kind of glad they nerfed these fly spitter plants, because they were kind of a pain like a couple weeks ago. And ever since they've really been introduced, they've been kind of a pain to me. Let's drop in, drop up, and score a bit. Oh, we're gonna lose, my god. Just tell me I got score. I don't think I did, though. Oh, we're doing Jazz Junction again. I think they got rid of the Tar Valley map for the season, for the rest of this season. I think they're working on it for season 3. Maybe there's a bug or something, because originally there was something with the bug. There was a bug or something. I never experienced any, but something with a bug with the mushroom relics or whatever. Oh, by the way, that's another thing that's been going around, is that people are finding like these bugs for Spider-Man and trying to act as if it's like game breaking, like it's a Redfall situation. It's so pathetic. Like like every game's gonna have bugs, and there's gonna be patches, and that's how it's always been in this modern day. Like Spider-Man 2, there's nothing game breaking or whatever. I did come across some minor stuff that weren't, but nothing that was too crazy. Like I think the first time I booted it up within like you know, I there was a moment where I saw a car like stuck in the fence or stuck in a building like halfway through, and it was kind of strange that it was there. But that's not like a game breaking thing. That was just like a weird oddity visual thing that first of all, it's New York City, so like in real life you'll see that, and it's like a normal day in New York City. Um, so not no biggie there, but I think the only things that are a little annoying that have happened to me at least twice is I'll do the crimes, like the regular crimes, um, where I'll get into like the combat or whatever, and I'll have the little goals that you can do to kind of get extra experience or extra parts or whatever. Um, and I'll complete it, and then all of a sudden I'll defeat everybody, and then it just doesn't register that it's complete. It's almost like saying like the game is saying like there's another enemy still, and you have to beat them, but there's nobody to be found. And then when that happens, I kind of just walk away, and I'm just like, whatever. There's gonna be like a million of these crimes anyway. It's like like once again, it's New York City. Like so, I'm like, whatever. Like sometimes in New York City, you can solve a crime, and you're not gonna get the credit for it, or you're not gonna get it's not gonna feel satisfying. That's not how. Sometimes justice isn't satisfying. So I'm like, you know what? It's okay. But that's only happened. But all joking aside, that's only happened to me like two times, and hasn't been some like. There's been games where I had to like message the developers and be like, "Hey, are you guys gonna fix this at some point? Because I can't get past this bug." I think that happened to me with Horizon Zero Dawn. There was a side mission that I couldn't complete because it wasn't registering. There was a bug in Days Gone that wasn't letting me complete the mission because it just what like somebody that I had to talk to just wasn't showing up or something. But so far nothing like that in Spider-Man 2 at all. I don't even know where that narrative's coming from. I think people I mean I hate to be like the console guy, or give into that whole console war thing, but like I feel like people have or the silent majority, not the silent majority, like the loud minority that's on Twitter that are kind of like these like grifting console war accounts. They've been waiting for Spider-Man 2 to come out and find any reporting of a minor bug or something, the normal thing you would see, and then just turn it into like a big controversy or something. But yeah, whatever. It's kind of amusing in its own right, I guess. If people are gonna try to find fault in silly stuff like that. Oh man, I'm really getting our asses kicked here. Bertha's really not doing too good here for us. Yeah, I'm enjoying the game. I can't wait to get back to it. Oh. Tomorrow's Halloween. I'm gonna be working, so I'm not gonna be dealing with any kids really trick-or-treating. Oh, I didn't. This was a sad matchup. No score badge. It's gonna take a while to take a few matches, at least 6 matches, or I think after this I still have to. There's some reward for the score badges that I have to get. I think it's like a beaker, some type of beaker. So it's a while. It's not something we're gonna be able to complete in this match or this hour. Oh, I guess they are doubling up. So we did Jazz Junction before, but they didn't they didn't double it up, but now they're doubling it up. It's weird. Oh man, they gave us Ruth. Hopefully she's better than Bertha was. I like this new map, by the way. It's very interesting. I like the... I mean, yeah, let's talk about it. The main relic station, like the big relic station, I like kind of how it's like three, the three big parts of the map, the two banks and the middle gem stations just become covered in this like damage-inducing bubbles. And I like from both sides of it where if you're on the offense and you have it, then it's a great distraction for the enemy team. And for the enemy team, it's something that can at least be vanquished if you can get in there and get the job done. And then it feels good when you actually like burst that bubble if you're on the enemy, if you're on the team that's taking the damage, because then you kind of open the map up for your teammates. And I enjoy that. I enjoy like that feeling of like at least I fell on my sword a bit, took some damage in order to get this part of the map unlocked for the rest of my team so that they don't have to worry about it. But then it's still fun, even when you're on the offense, using it against the enemy team. It's just a nice little distraction for them. I guess the goal is to not make it a distraction for yourself. If you're the enemy team, if you're on the way to a bank or something, then just get it out of the way real quick, and it's not that bad. As for the smaller relic stations, I like it. Oh, look at this. I like it because it is a bit of a randomizer, but I think it rotates depending on how many times you activate it. It'll be a different mask every time. It's basically like all the 4 masks that you've experienced in the game put in rotation. I guess what I don't like about it is that you don't know what you're going to get for that first one in the rotation or whatever. Because like there's some maps or masks that I prefer getting. Oh hell no! There's some masks I prefer getting over certain ones, but I guess you just gotta learn how to work whichever one you get. Oh, this guy's gotta die.
Enemy team boost expired.
He's running away. Oh, he's really running away. All right, do whatever you gotta do. Let's bank. Hopefully this guy's not here. That was weird, because I feel like the circle didn't complete itself. But I kind of scored early there. It was weird. Maybe they were making up for lost time with the other with the delay from before.
Enemy team boosted.
Let's score this. Cool.
Healing fridge ready.
Hell no.
Enemy team boosted.
Oh man. He screwed up my jumping. Oh god, this is not good. Always good to have a health.
Your team boosted.
Oh man. I don't know. Stay on top of it. There we go. See, it feels good to unlock that for my team a bit. Even if this Dingodile is going to be a bastard. We're probably going to lose, but we did better. Ruth did better than Bertha, that's for... Oh, but now we have Carol, of course. Alright. I definitely did my part. That's for sure. I got my score badge. That's cool. Nice. So that'll wrap it up for our nice little Halloween hour. Hope everyone enjoys themselves tomorrow and today, or whenever you're watching this. For now, let's back out and let me at least show you what was kind of, just for document's sake, what was part of this, I guess what we had here. We had the Ripto Early Access, No Dragons Allowed, Sorcerer Extraordinaire Ripto is here. For a limited time this week, it's your chance to unlock him permanently. He will be returning later for everybody, but this is your chance to get in early for a raging good time. Additional rewards include skins, gears, and more. I really enjoy Ripto. We'll get to play him later, but I enjoy his moveset. He feels like how, as a child, how I would have wanted to play. Like, his moveset feels kind of like I'm playing him as the boss. You know, like he has that, like, Scepter Fireball thing, which is kind of like his basic thing in the Spiral 2 fight. And then the lightning bolts kind of, you know, it's in the spirit of what he would do, is that he would have those orbs or whatever, and he would kind of have different element things happening. So that feels on point. You know, much better than Engine having nunchucks or whatever, or throwing stars, and then yeah, I know his whole thing in Crash 4 was his you know, rocking out motif or whatever, but as a child I would have liked to just like fire rockets and all that machinery and like missiles and like just like be like a tank or something, almost. Like, it would have been cool. In terms of like how he always had those huge bulking machines that he was controlling. Anyway, Jazz Junction playable now. The guitars are tuned, the pianos are primed, and the candy is flowing. Get ready to jam in Jazz Junction. This week, the new map Jazz Junction becomes available for play in all playlists. It features 2 new relaxations, Masquerade and Blues Beatdown. To commemorate this frighteningly fun occasion, we're dishing out the candy. This is a very appropriate, because, you know, New York, the whole offbeat thing is that it is kind of like a New Orleans Mardi Gras thing, but something about New Orleans is that it is kind of like a spooky place. So a lot of haunted tales down under there. So, and then yeah, what they say? Collect different candies from candy barrels to earn some spooky skins. So I like how they made it into like the Halloween season thing. Other than that, yeah, Spooky Jazz Junction. I got all these little skeleton guys. I wish they kind of mixed it up a bit for Halloween. You know, everyone has a different little costume or something, but it's all good. You know, it's only a skin. And then Ripto's Rage and Rumble. I got this. They made it so that you had to only get 6 in one day, so it was kind of lame, but whatever. I was going to be playing for the double XP anyway, so all good there. And yeah, and that'll be that for Brio. He plays much better than I think people give him credit for. It can be a lot of fun. Anyway, everyone out there, if you want to like, comment, or subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. If you want, you can subscribe to Kev Plays 9490 on YouTube, or search Kev Plays Spyro, Kev Plays Crash, Kev Plays Tony Hawk, or anything like that, and you'll see me. Or you can follow me on Twitter at Let's Watch Series. Other than that, everyone stay safe, stay healthy, enjoy your Halloween, keep a clear head, and keep on gaming, and I'll catch you all next time. Alright, peace out, everyone. Ooh,